everyone, how's each and every one of you are doing on this Wednesday morning or Wednesday afternoon or evening, wherever you're viewing this video content. Hope that all of you are having a good week, and we're almost mid-August, so fall is around the corner, so it's almost here. So it doesn't feel like it, but it is here. Anyway, I'm doing a kind of like a reteaching from this past summer's course, to be exact, and it's going to go over the metric and customary units. I'm going to be doing two parts of this video, so bear in mind I'm using this dry erase board, and I will send these notes to you on my Google Classroom and my Canvas page, or email them personally. So don't worry about taking notes. If you have notes ready done, just print them out and follow as I go. All right, shall we begin? So I'm going to do problems 1, 2, and 4 from the metric. They have parts A and B, and I'm going to do the first problem. Here we have part 1A. Number 1A says 100 meters to how many hectometers? All right. Remember we did the customary, remember those metrics? It's going to be important. This is going to be very important too. Just look over your conversion chart. This is the paper for this problem. It's called the metric unit conversion chart. Okay, brief moment. And here we go. I'm going to do when I look at this problem, I'm going to write this down for myself. Conversion chart. There are 10 meters equals 1 decameter. And 10 decameters equal 1 hectometer. The reason why these are important is because when you convert, can you see this? Okay, good, perfect. It's a little glare, but it's okay. You have it on your paper, so don't worry about it. It's a little glare. Forgive me on the glare. So we have a conversion chart. 10 meters equals 1 decameter. 10 decameters equal 1 hectometer. The reason why these are important because it's going to involve with conversions. So any questions on this part? I'm going to do every problem like this. Okay. I'm going to move a little further in. I'm going to put 100 meters. Oh, you know what? I'm going to shorten because I don't want to get cut off, okay? Times. We're going to put this over a fraction, okay? We have, is it 10 meters on top, 1 decameter, or 1 decameter over 10 meters? One decameter over, yes, it's 1 decameter over a meter. You see why in a few minutes. Okay? When we cancel them out, it'll cancel out completely. So we have 100 meters times 1 decameter over 10 meters. And then we had to do what's on decameter. So I'm going to put the same thing, 10 decameters in the bottom. Over 1 hectometer. That's what we're looking for, right? All right. Here we go. We got 100 meters times 1 decameter over 10 meters. times 1 hectometer over 10 decameters. Are we done? Can you see the whole problem? Yes, we are done. Now we can cross them out. Cross out the units like any regular problem. This out, this out, this out, this out. So we have cross out the meters, cross out the decameters. Now we're focusing on the hectometer. So we're going to do this. Okay, this is better. Now we'll do the numerator first. Obviously, we have 100 times 1 that gives 100, right? And then you got 10 times 10, which is 100. And then 100 divided by 100 equals 1 hectometer. That's our final answer. So sometimes, here's the thing about conversions. Conversions can be your best friend or could be your worst enemy. To me, it was my worst enemy when I was in school. I never liked these. But there's a reason why. Because when you're taking chemistry and any science course, this will be pivotal. Okay? Okay, let me see why. Okay. Hold on a second. Okay, there you go. I won't touch it now. All right. So we have set up this conversion chart. 10 meters equals 1 decameter. 10 decameter equals 1 hectometer. This is going to be significant in your conversion. As I move forward here, I set up 100 meters times 1 decameter over 10. The reason why I did like this, like the numerator is smaller than the denominator, because when you actually doing the multiplication and crossing out, this will be even out. That's when you're doing multiplication. Same thing with times 1 hectometer over 10 decameters. Cross out the metric units. And then what's left over we're looking for is 1 hectometer. And then we have 100 times 1 equals 100. And 10 times 10 equals 100. 100 divided by 100 equals 1 hectometer. Any questions on the first problem? That wasn't too bad, right? Okay. Let's go on. You're more than welcome to stop the video at any time if you wish to see everything's on track and explain to the best of my ability. And let's go on to number 1B. All right, MBs. We have 500 deciliters, DAL, that means decameters, equals how many kiloliters? So we have 500 deciliters converted to kiloliters. It's kind of a little bit of everything, so yes. A little bit is. Yes. Yeah, that's what it is. This is capacity. This is a capacity problem. I should have wrote that in my notes, but this is a capacity problem, okay? Deciliters and kiloliters, this is capacity, okay? Any questions so far? All right. Now we're going to focus, we'll zero in on the problem. Conversion time. We have 10 deciliters equals 1 hectoliter, and 10 hectoliters equals what we're looking for, 1 kiloliter. 1 kiloliter. Okay? So we have 10 deciliters equals 1 hectoliter. And 10 hectoliters equal 1 kiloliter. That's what we're looking for, okay? Can you see that, folks? All right. Any questions up on that? All right. Now we can do the conversion. So we have 500 deciliter. Convert it. I'm going to do it in small terms. Is it 1 hectoliter on top as a numerator, 10 deciliters as a denominator, or 10 deciliters on top, 1 hectoliter on the bottom? One hectoliter on top and 10 deciliters on the bottom. Very good. Okay. And then you do the same thing for the kiloliters. There we go. There we have it. Now what we can do is cross out the common units. And we're focusing the top. We're going to do the numerators first. For it's 500 times 1, 500. 100, 10 times 10, 100. And then 500 divided by 100 is, I believe it's 5. And don't forget to put your units. 5 hectoliters. It's almost similar to the last problem. So in order to do this, you had to make this your conversion chart to make things a little bit easier. And then you move over to the side to do the conversions. And make sure you set up like this, because if you don't set up like this, then we don't know what's going to happen. There'll be a couple problems there that require a little bit more work, but this is part of the process. So you got 500 deciliters times 1 hectoliter over 10 deciliters times 1 kiloliter over 10 hectoliters, and you cross out the metric units, and we're looking for kiloliters, and you multiply the numerator first. 500 times 1 is 500, and then 10 times 10 equals 100, and then divided by 500 divided by 100 equals 5 hectoliters. So 80 questions on 1B. All right, let's go on to the next one. Those metric units can be a little tricky, and customary is how metric. I can actually be honest with you. Metric units can be a little bit tricky. This is the one I have to make sure of this. So I had to, you have to pay close attention to it. So no worries. So we got 2A. We got 3,100 deciliters. DL means deciliters over hectoliters. So it's another capacity problem. Okay? It's another capacity problem. That's why I put capacity, okay? All right. Let's do the conversion. We got 10 deciliters equals 1 liter. 10 liters equal 1 deciliter. And 10 deciliters equals what we're looking for, 1 hectoliter. Okay? It's almost similar to the last, kind of similar to the last problem, but a different version, different unit. So this is what we have. 10 deciliters equals 1 liter. 10 liters equals 1 deciliter. And 10 deciliters equals 1 hectoliter. So this will be on your notes, so don't need to worry about writing everything down. So just print those notes and you see why. You okay to this point? All right. Now we're doing conversion time. I'm going to move it to the bottom here. It's a little more, require a little more room. 3,100 deciliter multiply. All right. Is it 1 liter over 10 deciliters or 10 deciliters over 1 liter? Care to take a guess? 1 liter over. If you say 1 liter over 10 deciliters, you're correct. See, this is all about converting, because when you cancel out, you will see what you're looking for. So far, so good? Wonderful. Then we got another version. We have 10 liters equals 1 deciliter. Is it 1 deciliter over 10 liters or 10 liters over 1 deciliter? I believe it's 1 deciliter over 10 liters. Okay? You're seeing a little bit of a pattern. This is the past two. We had 2 conversions. Now I'm going to have a 3rd conversion coming up. But you're okay to this point. Okay. Then we multiply the same thing. 1 hectoliter over 10 deciliters. So we have 3 conversions. 3,100 deciliters times 1 liter over 10 deciliters times 1 deciliter over 10 liters and times 1 hectoliter over 10 deciliters. All right. Time to cancel out the units. This will be canceled out. Okay. The liters will cancel out. The deciliters will cancel out. Now we have 3,100 times 1. That gives us 3,100. And then we have 10 times 10 times 10. And how many zeros do we have right in front of us? 3. 1,000. And then we have, after we finish with this, the multiplying, and then we divide. Use a calculator. 3,100 divided by 1,000. It gives us 3.1. Is it hectoliters? Don't forget to write that down, my friends. There you have it. We're done with 2A. It's a little bit longer. Instead of 2 conversions, it'll be 3 conversions. So, any questions on how I got to this point? All right. Moving to the next problem on 2B. It's an older board, forgive me. This is my first time trying it. I hope it makes any sense, okay? I'm going to use green, okay? All right. 2B, we have... Oh, not 2A, 2B. 2, the letter B as in boy. Okay. 2B, we have 6.9 meters. That's a 9. meters converted to millimeters. So we're going forward instead of going backwards. Okay, so we have 6.9 meters converted to millimeters. How many millimeters, okay? Conversion chart is going to help. But conversion. And then we have 100 centimeters equals to how many meters? 1, right? 1 meter. And then we have 10 millimeters equals 1 centimeter. All right. Okay, here we go. That's what it looks like. 100 centimeters equals 1 meter, and 10 millimeters equals 1 centimeter. Okay. Now we can do the conversions. 6.9 multiply. Is it 10? I messed it up. Give me a second. I made a boo-boo. Yes, I did. But it's okay. It all evens out. On the notes, I put in 6.9 times 10 centimeters over 1 meter times 100 millimeters over 1 centimeter. Actually, it's supposed to be 100 centimeters over 1 meter and then 10 millimeters over 1 centimeter. My apologies. So this is make sure you make correction, okay? So we're going to do the meters. Is it 100 centimeters over 1 centimeter or 1 meter over 100 centimeters? Think about it for a second. In order to cancel out, I already put the 100 centimeters over a meter. You see why in a minute. When you do an actual cancellation, it will help you. Okay. Now we're doing, so far you're okay until this point. All right. Then we're going to do the millimeters. Same thing. That's what we're looking for. Over 1 centimeter. Like that. All right. Yeah, okay so far? All right. Like the other problems, the denominators were in the middle, or in the mix, were bigger. Almost bigger than the other one. But in this case, they're on top. The numerators are on top, the bigger numbers. So all we need to do is multiply all those 3 numbers. You can put in your calculator 6.9 times 100 times 10. And you should get 69. Actually, it'll be easier. You could do this, or you can move the decimal. How many zeros do we have in front of us? 3. So we got 1, 2, 3. And then this is our final answer, 69,000 millimeters. When you put in the calculator, let me do my calculator. Let me make it a lot easier for you. You see what I'm talking about. Okay. And it's the same, right? So you could do that. So you just moved it. Either you could move the decimal 3 places, or you multiply across. You still get the same answer. So, any questions on converting millimeters to millimeters? That was not bad. It's a different twist. And instead of the numerators, previously the denominators are bigger than the numerators, and this is a flip, like a reciprocal. This is like a reciprocal. So you're going to have a lot of problems like this when you're converting millimeters, like distance, a little bit of a distance, depending on how it's set up. So, any questions so far? All right. Now we are to the down stretch. To the final stretch here. Let me do blue. 4A. 2.4 hectometer. We're doing with distance again. Converting it to decimeter. This is the one I had trouble with at the beginning, but I have to find another way to do this. That's why I have the paper a little bit different. I'm going to explain why. The conversion on the paper, it showed you how I got to this point. I'm moving the decimals, right? And it says you can do this problem in two ways, converting or moving the decimal point. Let's try moving the decimal point. And it's, of course, there's 3 zeros, right? On the notes. I'll explain. Or you can see this 1 hectometer equals 1,000 decimeters. Okay, I'm going to use that. All right. There we go. I'm going to put this 2.4. All right. We could do this. You see how many zeros do we have in front of us? 3. 3 zeros. 3 zeros. We'll move it to the right, right? Moving to the right. So we got 1, 2, 3. And we got 2,400 is our final answer. Be sure you put the unit with this decimeters. All right. That's one way. That's the easiest way I can think of. The other way is too a little complicated, but this to me is a lot easier. So it's on your notes. There you go. 3 zeros, you move it to the right. Move to the right. There you go. And this is final answer. Any questions on 4A? All right. Let's move on to the next one. The customary one's going to be a lot easier. Believe it or not. You'd be like, oh, it's a lot easier. Well, you will see it. But this is something I need to verify a little more on the metric. 4B, we got 5.8 hectometer. How many centimeters? Let's do the conversion, okay? 1 hectometer equals 100 meters. 1 meter equals 100 centimeters. Centi means 100, right? Okay, so we got 2 parts. We got 2 conversions. 1 hectometer equals 100 meters. 1 meter equals 100 centimeters. All right, so far so good, right, folks? Okay, I'll move down a little bit. 5.8 hectometers. Multiply. Is it 1 hectometer over 100 meters or 100 meters over 100 meters over 1 hectometer? It's similar to the last problem. It's a little bit different, actually. It is going to help. So in this case, the conversion is easier. We have 100 meters over 1 hectometer. Okay? All right. So far, you okay? Now we're going to do meters and centimeters. Is it the 100 meters as a numerator over 1 or 1 meter over 100? 100 centimeters over 1. Very good. All right. Can you see it? All right. Now we cancel out the units. Focusing on this. We have centimeters left. So we have 5.8 times 100 times 100. What you can do is this. How many zeros are there? 4, right? You move it to 4 places. 1, 2, 3, 4. Final answer is 58,000. To make sure, put this over here with my left hand. It matches. Either you can move the decimal by hand or multiply on the calculator. Yes, the answer is 58,000. Still the same. So, any questions on 4B? All right, folks. That concludes part 1 of 2 in the units part. I will do part 2 momentarily. Until then, everyone, you have a good day. I'll see you in a little bit.